Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, September 30th, 2016, there was the funeral for the former president of Israel, Shimon, who passed at age 93, September 28th. We're going to talk about why the funeral was yesterday. We're also going to talk about other relevant headlines and reported deaths this week. The former president of Iran died September 27th on the Jesuit order's birthday, one day before Shimon Peres, also at age 93. He was born 39 days apart from Shimon, 39, 93, important numbers of the Zionists. We're talking about the Zionist nation of Israel, the ally of the United States, which is a Zionist empire. We'll talk about the death of Agnes Nixon, who passed the same day as Shimon Peres at age 93, why her passing is suspicious. And we'll also talk about the death of the mother of the revolution at age 93, just after Barack Obama became president. We'll close out by talking about this big headline: Barack Obama telling Bill Clinton to hurry up and get on the plane after they were leaving Israel after the funeral. This has become the biggest story out of the funeral. Barack Obama telling Bill Clinton to hurry up. Bill Clinton, who became president in 1993, along with Hillary as first lady. So this headline right here, we say goodbye to an icon. This was the front page story of CNN yesterday morning, about the time the funeral was taking place in Israel. We say goodbye to an icon sums to 93. Of course, everything in Israel is centered around the number 93. Israel was drawn as a nation, cut from Palestine, 9/3, 1947, September 3rd. Again, Shimon Peres just died at age 93. His funeral was yesterday, September 30th, 9/30, or 30/9, something like 39, like the number of books in the Old Testament that the Jewish faith goes by. Again, Saturn equals 93, Saturn the keeper of time. It is the Zionist Jews controlling this world through the media, largely through the governments that they own and operate, doing things by the numbers, according to time. Saturn 93, Propaganda 93, Knesset, which is Israel's Congress, sums to 93. Edelstein, their current speaker of Knesset, 93. Iron Dome, their missile defense system paid for by U.S. taxpayers, 93. Everything about Israel is paid for by the U.S. because the U.S. was established by Jewish bankers as part of an ongoing agenda. And it's been the United States that has helped the Zionist state of Israel come into existence due to the scripted world wars. Anyone who thinks the U.S. fought in the world wars to combat evil is completely backwards. The world wars were largely instigated by the Jewish-run governments, Britain, United States, against the people who knew that the Jewish tyrants were the enemies of the world. The United States of America is the evil empire. Great Britain's the evil empire. The evil empire is where we live. And the evil empire is the reason this world is full of war and terrorism and hatred. The United States of America is not a good nation. There's a lot of good, ignorant people in the United States who go along with this agenda who don't realize what they're a part of. With regards to Barack Obama, he left for the funeral on September 29th, the day that leaves 93 days left in the year. Again, that's the day that we celebrated the new scientific holiday about the sun's travel through the Milky Way. Science tells us the sun is 93 million miles away, which is complete bullshit. This world is all complete bullshit made up by the Freemasons and Zionists who rule over us. They've given us a false set of knowledge to study and pay for and waste our time with, so that we think we know, but really we know nothing. All we know are the lies we've been taught our whole lives. False history, false science. Anyhow, the more time goes on and the more I see how these patterns roll out, the more I think the rumor is true that Barack Obama is the son of Malcolm X. Malcolm X would have been about the right age to have, a child Barack Obama's age. Malcolm X equals 93, Martin Luther King Jr. 93, both men dead at age 39, both killed by the same numbers. They only met one time in history, in the year 64 on a date with 93 numerology. We'll be talking about 64 and 93. They met March 26th, 1964, 333 days before Malcolm X was assassinated. Israel was created as a nation on the 333rd day of the year by a 33-member vote from the United Nations, which is a Masonic Jewish front. That's why the United Nations symbol is broken into 33 parts. Wait until we talk about Obama's entourage that he went over to Israel with. And you know what wouldn't surprise me at all is if we found out that Barack Obama really is Jewish. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. Look at him here with his little Jewish hat on. Of course, they made everybody in the room put on the little Jewish cap. But it wouldn't surprise me in the least if Obama is really Jewish. Again, the United States of America, a nation run by Jews. Barack Obama, he's always said what a big ally he is of Israel, the Zionist evil empire that should not exist. The home of the Synagogue of Satan, as they call themselves. Talk about Barack Hussein Obama, Synagogue of Satan, and all these people who have died at age 93. Obama takes off for Perez funeral leading 33-strong U.S. delegation, Flight 93 of 33 passengers on September 11th. They love to pair these words and numbers together. The sun equals 33. Again, they tell us the sun is 93 million miles away. Saturn equals 93, the keeper of time. Planets equals 33. 33, a big number to Israel. Irgun, the Zionist militant group, called 33. Again, this was the funeral for Shimon Peres, Shimon 33, not his birth name. Just like Iyad Barak, he changed his name, so it summed to 33. See, a lot of leaders in the world do this. So again, in case you missed the first video I did on Shimon Peres, talked about all the 93, the significance of him dying at 93. In 1993, Yitzhak Rabin, Israel's president, signed the Oslo Accords in the United States, the peace between Israel and Palestine, which is all contrived bullshit. If you want peace in Palestine, let's get rid of the Synagogue of Satan state, Israel, which is illegitimate and should not exist. Problems will be solved overnight. Very simple. Yitzhak Rabin in Gematria sums to 144. Again, Saturn is the keeper of time. Yitzhak Rabin, negotiating the peace deal in 93, ended up getting assassinated by the numbers on a date with 4/11, November 4th. The word assassin in Jewish gematria equals 4/11. JFK shot from 411 Elm Street. This little blurb right here is about drawing up Israel on September 3rd, 1947. 33-member vote from the UN made it official November 29th, 1947, the 333rd day of the year. Notice it was Resolution 181. 181 is the 42nd prime number. Freemason 42. Freemason 42. Zionism 42. Again, the number 93 is worshipped in the occult religion Thelema. Israel equals 64. Zion 64. Thelema 64. Thelema represents 93. It worships 93. Their motto is do what thou wilt. 64. The nickname for the false Jews from Revelation, the book of prophecy in the Bible, is the Synagogue of Satan. 64. Just like Israel, Zion, Thelema, do what thou wilt. Just like Barack Hussein Obama. Shimon Peres, his birthday, let's see, where do I have this here? His birthday, Shimon Peres, is August 2nd, 1923. What's so interesting about August 2nd is Barack Hussein Obama in Gematria sums to 64. With the S exceptions, it sums to 82. Synagogue of Satan sums to 64. With the S exceptions, it sums to 82. Shimon Peres, born on August 2nd. He died in Israel on the 28th. Israel, the small way, equals 28. He died in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, also 28. September 28th, 2016. With regards to all the 33 coding for Israel, their symbol, the seal of Solomon, the Star of David, 2 3-sided triangles, 3, 3, 33. His birth name, Shimon Peres, was Simon Persky. I imagine the Z is silent. Simon Persky has the same gematria as Synagogue of Satan, the small way and big way. You see that? Day he was born, a date with 33 numerology, date with prophecy connection. So anyhow, the day before his death, former president of Iran, prime minister, also passed at age 93. And remember, all of the Middle Eastern nations were carved up after the world wars. New boundaries, new leaders, total reshuffling. The New World Order is a worldwide order, and they've created this world as we know it. After World War II, they created something called what did they call it? Oh my goodness, I can't even think. But they established it March 22nd, 1945. The Arab League, that's what it's called, the Arab League. The Arab League was established March 22nd, 322, or 22/3, Masonic 223, the Synagogue of Satan 223. March 22nd, the Arab League created, which is like, a government created for all the Middle Eastern nations to be a part of. The point is, all these Middle Eastern leaders are all puppets owned by the gang, playing their part, deceiving the people they govern over. Jamshid Amouzegar, definitely one of these people. He was born June 25th, right away a date that stands out that's suspicious. That's the author's birthday of 1984. 1984, this date used all throughout history in suspicious ways. The Korean War started on that date. He died September 27th, 2016, which right away stands out because it's the Jesuit order's birthday. The secret society, the Masonic society within the Catholic Church. And with regards to them being connected to the Catholic Church and the Jesuits, that date, he was the 71st Prime Minister of Iran, and Catholic equals 71. You see how this works? Dead on the Jesuit order's birthday, connected to the Catholic Church. Christianity, which Catholicism is related with, in English gematria sums to 930, a lot like 93. Crucifix, Catholic symbol, Jesus on the cross equals 93. Anyway, the name Jamshid has gematria of 64. In fact, the name's identical to Israel in gematria 28, 37, and 64. Again, Thelema that worships 93, 64. Amouzegar has gematria 44 like kill. The date he died on had 72 numerology, just like the name Jamshid Amouzegar. Another guy with a 64 name, dead at age 93, just days apart from each other. The date he was born was a date with 28 numerology connecting to Israel. Also born on a date with 54 numerology. Again, the number often paired with 93. The word sun, S-U-N equals 54. They say the sun is 93 million miles away. The day he was dead on the 27th of September. 27, the reflection is 72. Date with 72 numerology, again, just like his name. Date with a prophecy connection as well. They love their numbers of prophecy, the Zionists, the Freemasons. From his birthday to Shimon Peres's, 38 days, or a total span of 39 days. Remember, death equals 38, Jew equals 38, Jewish 38, Masonic 38, killing 38. Both of these men, seemingly ritual sacrifices by the numbers on dates of significance. We're not hearing about his death. You notice they're not talking about his death at all in the media. People would wonder what's up. 2 leaders, both dead at age 93 at the same time. But again, 39, the reflection of 93, the number of books in the Old Testament. The day he became prime minister was a date with 39 numerology. August 7th, 1977. Judaism equals 77. Washington, D.C. on the 77th meridian. The day he finished as prime minister, a date with 42 numerology. Another special number to the Freemasons we talked about. On the same day Shimon Peres died, Agnes Nixon, the former actress, dead at 93. The name Nixon makes me think of the former president, Richard Nixon, resigned August 9th, 1974, by the numbers for Gerald Ford. If you haven't seen my video on Richard Nixon's resignation, it was all staged. It didn't have anything to do with, the scandal. That's just all made up bullshit. Think about how stupid Richard Nixon's scandal is. Spying on the Democratic convention. Who gives a shit? The things that presidents do and we never hear about? Spying on the Democratic convention, it doesn't even matter. It's all a joke, people. It's to make you think that there's justice in this world, There's not. Richard Nixon's resignation, a complete tribute to Gerald Ford, who took over, who changed his name, not his birth name. But anyway, here's what's up with Agnes that's so suspicious. She died 73 days before her birthday. 73 days before, and the word sacrifice equals 73. She also died on a date with 73 numerology. Her birthday is December 10th, dead 73 days prior. The name Agnes equals 28, dead on the 28th, a date with 28 numerology. Maybe there's more to the story than we know, Maybe Shimon Peres was having an affair with Agnes Nixon once. Who knows? What we do know is it's very suspicious to die at age 93, especially in regards to everything else going on. So check this out. When Obama first became president, the mother of the revolution, the wife of one of the leaders of Iran, died at age 93. And just wait until we get to her name. First, notice that mother of the revolution equals 113, like mainstream, like dishonest. All these people that are put out in this media are owned agents of the Zionist Jews who run this world. The New World Order. This is what it is. The Freemasons, the Zionist Jews. Again, agents of propaganda, Propaganda 93, Saturn 93, the Keeper of Time. The article begins 30 years after the revolution began. See, 30 years after she died, the numbers of Saturn are 21, 30, and 93. This is how it works. Murder by numbers. Murder by numbers. No one's going to question the death of a 93-year-old. She also died in Tehran, gematria of 30. Her birth name, Kajij Sakafi, gematria of 64. All these people have 64 names. Barack Hussein Obama, 64. See if Barack Hussein Obama makes it to age 93. I'm not even sure he's going to make it to the election. We'll see. A lot of foreshadowing for something to happen to Obama or Donald Trump or both. The number 44 connected to killing all throughout history. Every president to die in office has died by the number 44. Obama's number 44, but really only the 43rd person to be president. The next president will be number 45, but really the 44th person. Anyway, the patterns are impossible to deny, Barack Hussein Obama elected the 44th president 44 years after the Civil Rights Act. In 64, civil rights equals 64. Barack Hussein Obama equals 64. JFK, dead 223 days before the Civil Rights Act, was signed by Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson, 64. 223, again, Masonic, the Synagogue of Satan. The date this woman passed was a date with 33 numerology. What else? 33, age 93. She also died on March 21st, which can be written 21/3, 213, 213, a number of killing, another number that we document connected to death. This woman dead at 93 on 213. Date can also be written 321, a lot like a countdown. The number 123 backwards, the number for conspiracy. So anyway, after the funeral for the 93-year-old on September 30th, 930, we get this. This is still a front page story on CNN this morning. Bill, let's go. Obama's tired of waiting on the tarmac. And if you haven't seen this video, you can watch it. You can see how staged it is. It's a perfect reminder of how puppets, leaders throughout the world. Did I say puppets first? I meant to say presidents, prime ministers. They are nothing more than puppets. Barack Obama was playing for the camera, taking his orders, calling out to Bill, folding his arms, acting like he was impatient. This was all part of a stage scene, and it's all foreshadowing that Hillary's to be the next president. And let me show you the joke here. Bill, let's go. Obama's tired of waiting on the tarmac. So in gematria, that sums to 181. 181 is the 42nd prime number. Barack Obama in Jewish gematria equals 181. Again, 42 is a number stamped all over black people throughout history. If you write out 42 as a word, it sums to 142. If you write out President Obama, it sums to 142. You know, coded headline, tribute to Barack Obama being the first black president. And let us not forget that Bill Clinton was the 42nd president. And what did they call him? What did they call Bill Clinton? The first black president. That was the joke. People always said Bill Clinton, the first black president, number 42. So here's the first black president calling out to the first black president. And one of my subscribers, after I put this up, had the most brilliant comment. He goes, think about it, Zach. As you've been saying, Hillary's going to be the next president. Don't men typically wait on women? Think about it. Bill Clinton's about to become the first man, first gentleman, whatever they're going to call him, once Hillary's installed as the 45th president. 44 kings of Israel, the first woman will be the 45th president. You get it? 44 kings of Israel, Obama's number 44, a man. The 45th is going to be a woman. Nobody's ever decided an election in this nation. If you're someone who votes, you're someone who validates the lie. You're someone who needs to wake up and realize where you live. This headline up here, Bill, let's go, Obama's tired of waiting on the tarmac. It also sums to 442. Think about it. The 44th president, the 42nd president. CNN, always doing gematria with every single headline. And notice how they just emphasize Bill, let's go. There's a reason for that. Before we get to it, let's look at the, they have the captions up here. They had him clapping his hands like he wanted Bill Clinton to hurry up. These people are pathetic. The people that are the leaders of this nation are fucking pathetic. And we, the people, need to wake up and get rid of these people once and for all. They don't do shit for us. They steal our time, our money, our energy. They lie to us. All sorts of American sheeple worship them. We need to get rid of the sheeple as well. Way too many fucking sheeple. The sheeple are worse than the Illuminati. Anyway, Bill, let's go, sums to 113. Just like mainstream, just like dishonest, just like Baba Kamal 113. That says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. What are they coming back from? A Jewish funeral in Israel, the home of the Synagogue of Satan. You know, a contrived scene for part of the big dishonest agenda, the rigged election to come. Bill, let's go also sums to 41, like USA, the 13th prime. The word king, 41. A nation established for the king once upon a time.